Praise Jesus, everyone. How are you, my brothers and sisters, my fathers, my mothers, my children? I hope everyone is fine. I praise God for all of you, for your lives, protection, and everything. Yes, today I came with a video. I want us to talk about love. Today, I want us to talk about love. What is love? I want us to know what is love. Because everyone says love, 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 love. But what is love? My concern is, what is God saying about love? What does he say about love? How do we take it? Some of us are using the word love, but we don't know its meaning. We don't know how to love. We cannot love. We pretend to love. God himself is love. The commands he gave us, the first commandments he gave us, they are about love. When I ask you a question, do you have love in you? Do you love others? Do you love what you do? Do you appreciate others through love? There are very, very, very many questions, sensitive questions about love. Sensitive question is about love. I'll look at Matthew 22. Let us look at Matthew 22 from 35 and see 22 from 35. Jesus was with the Pharisees, and these Pharisees tried to trick Jesus about this same topic I'm talking about. They asked him a question, and they were testing him. We are in Matthew 22, 35. Then one of them, the Pharisees, asked a question to test Jesus. He said, "Teacher, which command in the law is the most important?" One of the Pharisees asked Jesus a question to test him, because they wanted to get to have fault, to find fault in Jesus, so that they can do whatever they had planned. They can find a way of blaming him. What is the most important law? And what did Jesus answer them? Jesus answered, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart." Love the God, your God, with all your heart. It is the first major important law. Even when God was giving commandments to Moses at Mountain Sinai, it was the first commandment God gave Moses, so that he can give it to us. The first commandment: love the God, your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. Love. To which extent do you love God? To which extent do you love your Creator? To which extent do you love that someone who made you to exist? How do you benefit him in your existence? As God. Love God, your God, with all your heart, with all your soul, and all your mind. This is the first most important command. Love God, your God. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. Love. When you weigh yourself, which percentage of your love do you have for your God before you bring in any other thing around you? God demands us to love him. How much do you love God? How much do you love God? Is your love to him pleasing? Is he happy with the way you love him? Let us continue and see what the second commandment. Jesus said, and the second commandment is like this. It is like the first one. Love your neighbor. We are still on love. Love your neighbor. The same way you love yourself. The way you love yourself is the same way you should love your neighbor. Who is your neighbor? Your neighbor is not someone who sleeps next to you. It's not someone who is seated next to you. The person, any person you find that is in need can be a neighbor. Any person you come across is your neighbor. How much do you love people? How are you extending love to people? He said love your neighbor the way you love yourself. The way you feel yourself, you love yourself. Is the way you should love others. How much do you love people? Which percentage do you give people as love? All the law and the writings of the prophets take their meaning from these two commandments. Whatever you do is based on these two commandments. Love the Lord your God with all your mind, with all your soul, with all your heart. The second one, love your neighbor the way you love yourself. Those two commandments, they are the foundation of everything that we do. They are the foundations of everything we do. Everything we do must be built on love. You cannot accomplish anything when you don't love it. You cannot offer anything if you don't love. You cannot speak life into anything when you don't have love for it. You cannot go anywhere if you don't love for that place where you want to go. If you don't love it. Love. 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 Everything, love. If you don't love God, you will not love anything. Even yourself, you will not love yourself. If you don't love God. If you don't love people, you will not love yourself. Which percentage of love do you render to others? Do you extend it to people? Do you extend to your neighbors? Weigh yourself. Weigh yourself. Ask yourself a question. How much do I love people? People always wishing themselves everything, themselves, me. I, everything I. You don't mind about others. That is not love. That God demands us. It is not love. Everything is about you. That is not love. How much do you love people? How much do you love your God? Like God. Let us look at another reading. We shall look at Matthew, same Matthew 24. Matthew 24:10. During that time, many believers will lose their faith in the last days. He's talking about the last days, when the world is soon coming to an end. Many people will lose their faith. They will turn against each other and hate each other. In the last days, many people will lose their faith. They will lose their love for others. They will turn against each other. Fathers will turn against their sons. Children will turn against their parents. Workers will turn against their bosses. Daughters will turn against their mothers. People will lose faith. There will be no love. People will turn against each other. Things are seen. We have already started seeing